Oftentimes people come to me and they'll say, what plane should I get for my first plane? And I will always tell them, get yourself a Stanley number 5. The number 5 is commonly referred to as a jack plane after a jack of all trades because it can be tuned to do a multitude of different tasks. Let's say you want to horse away a good amount of material. You set the mouth open fairly wide and set the blade fairly deep, and you can just work away and you can shape your pieces very quickly then. Or maybe we want to be a little bit more gentle. We can set the mouth just barely open and then set the blade just barely engage and take these nice smoothing cuts. So it gives us a really kind of nice polished flat surface on our piece. Oftentimes in woodworking you'll have to join two boards together like this. You can see at the minute they're not a great fit. But if we grab our number 5 and use it as a little jointer plane. There we go. Just like that. They're a nice clean joint. You might have noticed the plane I have here has what's known as a corrugated sole to reduce friction. Most of the number 5s won't have that, they'll just have a solid sole like this, but there's a trick to reduce the friction on it. Here I have the arse of a candle that was only going to end up in the bin. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the butt of it like this, draw it along the edge of our sole like that, and that should reduce the friction of our cuts. Let's give it a test there now. Oh yeah, cutting like a butcher's razor. There are other planes designed specifically to do those jobs. This number 7 is designed as a jointer plane for joining longer boards together, and this number 4 is a dedicated smoothing plane, but the number 5 will do those things to a certain extent. Somebody always asks me, where do I buy these magnificent tools? Now, there are a few places you can look, car boot sales, online adverts, Facebook Marketplace, wherever. These two fellas for sale if anyone wants to message me on Instagram. Stanley produced some of their best planes between the years, I think it was 1915 to 1935, and the ones produced during that era have little sweethearts, there's a little heart logo there up on the iron. If you can find one of these, the irons are a lot better than some of the newer ones. The ones produced up to 1968 then were decent, but anything after 1968, useless. Run away from it. Especially the ones with the plastic handles. If you see a plane with plastic handles, turn around and run.